House lawmakers looking into what lessons can be learned after the Lahaina wildfires have made their draft recommendation. There's 6 House Interim Working Groups, each tasked with evaluating specific topics and making recommendations for the upcoming legislative session. The groups will hold public meetings to outline those recommendations starting next week.
And joining us now live to talk about the findings is House Majority Leader Nadine Nakamura. Representative, thank you so much for taking the time tonight. We really appreciate it. So first off, what were some of the biggest takeaways from your findings and recommendations?
Well, the biggest takeaway is that we really have to prevent this from happening again. And we have to make sure that we work together at the federal, state, and county levels, working with the community to help all communities prepare better next time, and when there is a disaster, to respond better. And so we are really excited that there are 6 reports that have been drafted. They're all online, available for public review, and we'll be holding public hearings, as you said, to review and receive public testimony.
If you don't mind, Representative, right now we have a fire burning in Mililani Mauka. That's obviously drawing a lot of attention. It is pretty far away from Mililani, about 4 miles right now. But what did you folks learn in terms of how can we do better the next time we have a disaster like a Lahaina?
Yes, definitely we need to do a better job in wildfire prevention, making sure that the agencies that do this work have the resources necessary to help communities prevent this in the first place, working with the counties, also making sure that we address the issue of drought-prone areas that have landscaping that is really sparks these fires and creates these wildfires. So we really need to make sure that we learn, for example, that Hawaii is the only state that doesn't have a fire marshal that would work with all of the counties to make sure that we're implementing wildfire prevention plans. So those are the kinds of things that we are looking into, and we'll be taking public testimony and then hoping to develop legislation for next session.
And one of the recommendations that I found interesting is the right to garden law that, protects an individual's rights to grow food on their property. So why is that necessary? We would like people to have food for 14 days, which is the time that it may take for food to come and here to Hawaii from the mainland, since we export 80% of our food. So that's just one of many recommendations from the Food and Water and Supply Working Group. In addition to that recommendation, there's a recommendation to make sure that our food suppliers, the food banks, have adequate storage facilities. That's one of the findings of the report as well.
House Majority Leader Nadine Nakamura, we thank you so much for taking time to be with us here on KITV4. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Aloha.